Okay, so Diddy's been trending again, but this time it's not for a party or a beef, it's because someone dropped the biggest bombshell in this whole Diddy madness, and now the internet is going crazy. Diddy has HIV. And before you think, oh, this is just another made-up celebrity rumor, wait until you hear the list of celebrities he has infected and are now working overtime to keep this under wraps. So, on June 7, 2025, out of nowhere, this random court doc pops up online. And what's in it? Well, it was proof of how Diddy's HIV positive and has been hiding it. But here's the part that really set the internet on fire. It also exposed dozens of huge names in music, sports, and Hollywood. Then, if we rewind a bit to late December 2024, Jaguar Wright said this at an interview. And if there's one thing Jaguar will do is say the truth.
The kind of honest I am. Because what I'm saying is true, because what I'm saying is backed up on honest to God, complete integrity.
Okay, so that HIV leak was messy enough, but once the freak-off stuff started spilling, this whole HIV news started to make more sense. So apparently, Diddy wasn't just throwing regular celeb parties. These freak-offs were like the Olympics of wild, no-limit sex fantasies. Oh, plus trauma. Because Cassie in her lawsuit said it was drugs, sex, and cameras everywhere. And not the fun kind of messy, we're talking people being coerced into doing stuff they didn't want to do. One dude, a male escort who went by the Punisher, thought he was just gonna dance. Nah, it was literally him, Cassie, Diddy, and a night that turned into one of the most disturbing testimonies in the trial. Then there was this other guy, Sean Deering, who goes by Skylar, and was apparently at over a dozen of these. He straight up backed Cassie's version in court, like, yup, it happened a lot. And oh, it gets really dark fast. A male escort testified that Diddy made him pee in Cassie's mouth while Diddy just sat there and watched. I mean, that's not just freaky, that's really disturbing. Oh, and here's where the HIV news really got big. There's this openly HIV positive guy who says he was at some of these freak-offs with both male and female celebs. Yeah. And if you think that's already too much, Diddy's former assistant, David James, went to the court and basically turned into the human receipts folder. He said his job wasn't just booking flights and getting food, it was keeping a literal pharmacy in Diddy's bag at all times. We're talking 25 to 30 pill bottles of Percocet, ecstasy, Viagra, fat burners, sperm count boosters, and this is the part that broke the internet, ecstasy pills shaped like Barack Obama's face. Like, sir, what? And James swore this wasn't a special occasion thing, it was daily, even in meetings. Imagine trying to talk music deals while your boss is out here popping Obama pills. Whew. The assistants also said the aftermath of these freak-offs looked like crime scenes. I'm talking smashed whiskey glasses, drugs scattered everywhere, you know, the kind of mess you don't call housekeeping for. One even said he rode shotgun while Diddy had 3 guns on his lap, apparently headed to meet Suge Knight at a diner. Which, side note, is not how you meet someone for pancakes. So here's where the story stopped being internet rumor and started looking like a lawyer's worst nightmare. Court documents started surfacing, and these weren't just some vague sources say headlines. We're talking sworn statements, legal exhibits, actual dates and locations. Remember how Cassie sued him in late 2023 for abuse, trafficking, and a bunch of other disturbing claims? Everyone thought that story was wild when it dropped. But now, in light of this HIV news, people started looking at her allegations through a new lens. She said she was forced into risky situations, sometimes with multiple people, against her will. The craziest part is that her lawsuit was settled in just one day. Like, they didn't even drag it out. He cut the check, the lawyers zipped it up, and everyone was told to move on. Which, you can't blame people for thinking that's suspicious. Who settles that fast unless there's something they really don't want in open court? After Cassie, more lawsuits started hitting, like back-to-back Drake features. Aubrey O'Day, yes, from Danity Kane, said the stuff Cassie claimed was exactly what she saw too, and added her own, I could write a book energy to it. Oh, that isn't all, not even by far. A producer named Rodney Lil Rod Jones also came forward with a lawsuit saying Diddy drugged him, touched him, and threatened him. And it wasn't just one time, it was months.
Any comments on the trial so far?
The
opening statements?
He's having his day.
He's having his day?
He's having his day. We trust the justice system.
Thank you, sir.
God is good.
Lil Rod's case also dragged in other names, hinting that people in the industry knew about this side of Diddy, but stayed quiet because, well, music industry politics. Then came the part that made people go, oh, this is real. Federal investigators got involved, and not just for the abuse allegations, but for possible trafficking charges and financial crimes. I'm talking helicopters and tactical gear, the whole Call of Duty rollout. That's when it became clear this wasn't just a PR problem anymore. This was a situation where if any of the health-related allegations turned out to be true, it could turn criminal real quick. The feds started seizing hard drives, phones, and even security camera footage from his properties. And because this is Diddy we're talking about, those properties included mansions in multiple states, luxury apartments, and even a private island. Diddy called it a witch hunt. But when multiple lawsuits, witness statements, and the feds are all circling you at once, that's not a witch hunt situation, that's something else entirely. Once the lawsuits and raids hit, the industry cut him off faster than you could say Diddy. You know Hollywood has its own language, right? And one of its loudest phrases is the unfollow button. Within days of the raids, people who used to be at Diddy's parties every weekend suddenly weren't even following him on Instagram. We're talking folks like DJ Khaled, French Montana, even Young Miami from City Girls, who, by the way, went from holding his hand on yachts to pretending she never knew him. And then there was 50 Cent, who's basically been Diddy's personal troll since the early 2000s. Immediately all of this came out, 50 went full internet petty and started posting memes and captions like, "They're coming for you, boy," with pictures of FBI vans. Say what you want about 50, but that man does not waste an opportunity for shade.
Lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
You were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. I like that.
And then suddenly, old interviews started circulating where celebs hinted at Diddy's different lifestyle. That 2009 clip of Usher saying he lived with Diddy when he was a teenager? Yeah, back in the spotlight. That weird Drink Champs interview where Diddy called Nori Daddy? Yep, viral again. The biggest sign that the industry was really done was when money started walking away. Liquor brands, TV production deals, and even music distribution quietly cut ties. His Revolt TV network, which he founded, suddenly announced he was stepping down. And for those who don't know, that's PR talk for, we can't have you as the face right now. Festivals he was booked for started acting like they never heard his name. And even people who defended him at first started going quiet. Because defending someone the FBI is raiding isn't the career move you think it is. Once the industry went ghost, the internet went full detective mode. And if you've ever seen how TikTok reacts when there's drama, yeah, multiply that by 10 and add Reddit threads that feel like Netflix crime docs. One of the wildest threads was one where people swore Diddy kept some kind of black book for dirt. Allegedly, he had compromising info on other celebs, politicians, and execs. And that's why certain people were scared to speak against him. It didn't help that certain names kept popping up in these online deep dives. Not because they were confirmed, but because once people think there's a secret circle, they start filling it with whoever they want. At the end of the day, this whole Diddy HIV saga says way more about the celebrity machine than it does about whether all of it is true or not. This is Diddy we're talking about, a guy who's been untouchable for decades. He's survived lawsuits, beefs, scandals, and even the occasional awkward red carpet moment. But this is different. This isn't about one incident. It's about a question mark that sticks to your name and follows you into every room. And it's also a reminder of how fast the culture shifts. 10 years ago, something like this would have been a full-blown PR crisis. Now, it's just part of the 24-hour gossip cycle. Except when it's a name this big, it never fully leaves the cycle. It lingers and becomes part of your public identity, whether you like it or not. So here's the deal. When that celebrity list finally leaks, half the internet's gonna act like they've never heard of it. But you already know the backstory. So stick around, like and subscribe, because there's a whole lot more where this came from.